Mansfield Prison, or the Ohio State Reformatory, is, to me, an absolutely amazing place. Just the history behind it, including the Shawshank Redemption. The prison itself, I mean, you walk in and it's just unreal. It's like it has been abandoned for 20 years. I mean, the paint's chipping off the walls. It's just like walking into an old building that had been shut down, but some of the stories back there are just amazing. And I'm a very big skeptic, but I honestly think that was my very first paranormal experience. Myself and Jay were setting up our equipment in the tuberculosis ward. It was one of the top floors up there. Complete dark. The place really had no power. And I kind of turned my head to pan to see where we were going to set up the camera. And I turned my head back, and it's not like I saw it out of the corner of my eye. There was a face, literally, about a foot from me, face to face, sitting above the camera. And it was a man in his mid-30s, clean-shaven, just white. I mean, if I had a piece of paper, I could draw him for you, if I was a good artist, of course. You know, was it a spirit? Was it my mind? I'm not sure, but I mean, it was there as if it was squaring off to fight me. Very, very amazing experience. Will I ever have it happen again? I don't know, you know, but that place, very interesting, very interesting. Mansfield Prison is definitely one of the favorites, just due to the sheer size of the place and the stories and the murders and the suicides and just the tragedy. I mean, you're talking, it's prison. It's a bad, bad place. And there were stories of people being hung over the rails, of people jumping to their deaths over the rails, stabbings, beatings, just bad overall. And to be able to experience a lot of those things firsthand, I mean, obviously I wasn't pushed over a railing or anything, but I was pushed there. When we were setting up, I did have a cord pulled out of my hand twice that was witnessed by a couple people. And there was nobody around to pull it out of my hand. So overall, that was the most personal experiences I've ever had. We caught quite a few nice EVPs out of the place, including one which is just, it's phenomenal. It is the best EVP I've ever heard in my life. Jackie, our investigator, she was, along with Amy, were upstairs in the warden's office. Now, back in the day, the warden's wife and the warden were going through a divorce. And what happened was, the story's a little sketchy as to how it happened. But according to the story, the warden's wife was reaching in the closet for something. Ended up pulling the warden's gun down on accident. The gun hit the floor, boom, shot her. She ended up dying a couple days later. If that's the actual story, fine, you know, but they were going through a messy divorce also. Pointless, or regardless to say, she did end up dying from a gunshot wound. Well, they were in there trying to find the closet that the gun had dropped out of. And you clear as day hear a woman scream, like a faint scream. Then you hear a loud gunshot that echoes throughout the whole area that they're in. And then you hear a very loud woman scream after that. It was, it's one of those where if you listen to it, the hairs on your arm stand up, and just phenomenal. Unreal. You guys got to see it.